Sparking Change with Gigi, a show that aims to make the world a better place by bringing together authentic minds. This show encourages each of us to be the change we wish to see in the world. Get ready to be inspired and join us on this journey to create a brighter future for all.
Welcome everyone to Sparking Change with Gigi. I'm your host, Giovanna Tartarone, and today's show is the final show of the year. So thank you so much for joining me. It's definitely going to be a different one for me because I'm all by myself here sharing one of the most special days of my life ever since I stepped out and followed my heart and my calling, surrendering to God's plan. This is exactly the results of this one special day that I had on November 1st, 2025. I was called to do a summit to bring together world energy healers and holistic practitioners to present information of other ways that you can be empowered to heal yourself. You know, healing takes place within us. Through my own personal journey, I had to do the inner work. And if you watched my shows, I say it all the time. It's so important for us to do the inner work. Because when you do the inner work, you discover the potential that lives within you. And you step out to realize that there's so much more to life than what we think there is. I know my show is all about sparking something within you that will help you to see you are a gift to this world. You have gifts to share with this world. My mentor, Bob Proctor, did it for me, and my life has never been the same. Because I know in this world, we're here to love, support each other, because we are love at the core. And I say this all the time. If you want great things in life, you got to give great things in life. In life, we get what we give. And so my journey of following my calling has been to give. And I will tell you, I have received in miraculous ways. And one of the ways, as you know, my keynote speaker, Neale Donald Walsch. That man came into my life at the early stages of my personal development growth. Here is a book that I have, Conversations with God. And as you can see, I have my notes, I've highlighted and taken notes, and I studied. What this book helped me to realize is that we're here to serve each other. We are all one. So without any further ado, I'd like for you to sit back, relax, watch these wonderful moments that I'm sharing, because I will always cherish them. Because this event helped me to understand, and it helped me to realize how important it is for me to bring this work out to the world. I hope you enjoy the show and stay until the end. So thank you again for joining me today. From my heart to yours, Happy New Year. I wish you a healthy, peaceful, prosperous, fun 2026. Step into your greatness. It's waiting for you. Again, thank you, and I love you.
the Holistic Wellness Summit. And yes, Yelia Gary and all these beautiful ladies here to help us make all the magic happen. And there we have our founder. Yay!
Hello, everyone. So excited. I hope you can join us today. It's going to be a fabulous day. It's an opportunity for you to really take care of you today. Today's all about you. So I hope you can join us at this event. There's great speakers. We're going to learn so much today.
I'm so glad to be here with you today because you can help. Yes, those of you here today can help in solving humanity's biggest problem. Let's not dance around this. We have a big problem here, on Earth, I mean, and it's touching our lives every day, individually and collectively. It's evidenced not only in the world's governments or the world's corporations or the world's social or religious institutions. It's affecting all of us. In individual homes across the planet, we're feeling the effect. So what's up? What's the problem? Let's lay it out in direct terms. Humanity's biggest problem is that humanity doesn't know what humanity's biggest problem is. We can see the effect of the problem all around us, but we don't seem to see the cause. Now, you have a real problem when you know you have a problem, but you don't understand what the problem is. You don't know what's causing the effect that you're observing every day. And humanity's confusion about this has gone on for so long, it's now created a condition that's threatening to become permanent. Here's one way it shows up. Perhaps more than ever in recent times, we're hearing folks say that we do have a problem right now. Yes, we have a problem right now, but it's only because of those others who are creating it. We didn't have these problems before, in previous days and times, these folks say. And so we want to go back to the good old days. And just who exactly are those others to whom these folks are referring? Well, it's those unsatisfied minorities, those domineering men, those unhappy women, those right-wing radicals, those left-wing nutjobs, those confused trans people, those intolerant cisgender people, those protesting students, those dumb conservatives, those empty-headed liberals. It's those others who just keep making things difficult. And suddenly it feels as if we live in a world of us against them. People around the globe are lining up on one side or the other of what has become a great divide. And all middle ground seems to be disappearing. Now, not everyone may feel this way, but everyone can feel that many, many others feel this way. So it's affecting all of us one way or another. Each day it's promising and producing distressing headlines, angry blogs, childish rants in tweets, bullying diatribes, finger-pointing tirades, and sadly, the kind of tragic violence that we've never thought we'd see in our society. And while we may not know the underlying cause of the problem human society is now facing, the cumulative impact of that problem can be seen and can be put actually into a single word: alienation. Alienation. What gives here? What's the reason for this? It's time to ask that question everywhere. In the pews of our houses of worship, in the halls of lawmaking bodies, in the boardrooms of our global corporations, and the back rooms of our small business, in the town squares of our cities, in the dining rooms of our friends, and in the living rooms of our families. Sooner or later, every thinking person comes around to a larger question. Is it possible, just possible, that there's something we don't fully understand about ourselves, about life, and yes, about God, the understanding of which would change everything? I'm going to invite you to memorize that question and ask it wherever you go. Is it possible, just possible, that there's something we don't fully understand here about life, about ourselves, and yes, about God, the understanding of which could change everything? Wherever good conversation and meaningful exchange and serious problem solving is taking place, ask the question. That's what you can do. I'm challenging you, those of you here today, to actually bring up the question. And then as the question hangs in the air, is it possible there's something we don't fully understand here? Explain why the answer is obviously yes. There is something we do not fully understand. We don't understand that we are all one. I know that's going to sound simplistic, perhaps, to some of you. But the grandest truths arise out of the simplest statements. Now, to be fair, we're a very young species. I mean, human beings. A lot of people like to think that humans are highly evolved, but in fact, humanity has been emerging from its infancy on this planet. Saying that we are young as a species doesn't justify our actions, but it does help us to see the nature of the challenge. We simply have to grow up. We have to stop acting like children. And we have to do it now, today, not in 10 or 20 years. Now, right now. We have to call forth from within us a new way to be human. And that's where you come in. That's where those of you sitting here right now today come in. You get to call forth a new way from within. A new way to be human, a way that allows you to embrace singularity without creating separation. To express differences without producing divisions. To experience contrasts without generating conflicts. A way to permit variance without embracing violence, and to decide that proponents do not have to become opponents. All of this is possible with your personal involvement. But it will require us all to do something very brave. We'll have to go against the grain, adopt a way of life that only a handful have embraced throughout human history. Our challenge presently, as a species, is that we keep trying to solve our problems at every level except the level at which the problems exist. Give that some thought. We keep trying to solve the problem at every level except the level at which the problem exists. First, we try to solve our problems with politics. Then with manipulations of money, sanctions, trade deals, whatever. This is going on right now. Then when none of that works, sadly, we resort to violence. It's difficult to believe that it was in 1879, in his last public address, that the revered French poet, novelist, and dramatist Hugo, Victor Hugo? It was in 1879 that Victor Hugo said, in the 20th century, war will be dead, hatred will be dead, frontier boundaries will be dead, dogmas will be dead. The Wikipedia entry on this tells us that throughout his life, Victor Hugo kept believing in unstoppable human progress. I would add here that what he clearly didn't imagine is that humans would take so long to gather the courage to face the largest problem of our species head on. Does it seem like it's time now to take our blindfolds off and see the circumstance for what it is? Let me repeat, if I might. That's where you come in. When you came into this room, decided that that's where you come in. The problem facing humanity today is not a political problem. It's not an economic problem. It's not a military problem. The problem facing humanity today is a spiritual problem. And it can only be solved by spiritual means. We must, as a civilization, begin to examine our most sacred beliefs. It is both the possible inaccuracy of our beliefs and our absolute intransigence as we express them in public and in collective encounters. That's what's producing alienation in our streets, in our public meetings, in our online postings, in our legislative assemblies, and yes, sadly, even in some people's homes. Healers of goodwill everywhere today are begging to know, is there any of this improvable, correctable, changeable? The answer is yes. Are we in a slide, a downward slide, a slope that cannot be stopped? The answer is no. But if we want the slide to stop, we're going to have to refuse to continue our continual refusal to change our beliefs. I'm not talking about those of you in this room. I'm talking about the people out there, the world at large. I mean, the people we're all observing every day. And the most sacred of the beliefs for most of those people are their thoughts and understandings, their convictions and notions that have been embraced and embedded deeply within them regarding what is true about our relationship to each other. About how life functions, about who we are, and our reason and purpose for being here on this planet. And their beliefs about God, including the belief of some that there is no God. And about the ultimate goal of the human experience, the entire whole experience that we're undergoing here on Earth. Now, consider this. Given how significant our beliefs are, one would think that people would examine them often, if only to see if their ideas still feel valid and true. Yet too many people do not. In fact, too many people do exactly the opposite. They don't closely examine their most dearly held beliefs at all, ever. They just hang on to them. They hold on to them for dear life, especially when they're challenged. Boy, have I ever encountered that. You want to have your ideas, if they're new ideas, challenged. Write a book called Conversations with God. Watch what happens. Why do so many people refuse to acknowledge that their beliefs could contain even the slightest error? Or that it might be time to change certain beliefs because times themselves have changed? What is this reluctance all about? It's about where those beliefs came from. For most people, that would be those who raised them. You know, their extended family, their mother and their father, if they were lucky enough to be raised in a household with a mom and a dad. Their extended family, their tribe, their clan. These beliefs came from their race, from their teachers, from their models and elders, and finally, these beliefs came from their chosen religion, those who have chosen a religion, and from their acquired philosophy, and from their adopted politics. And because these are such significant and personally meaningful sources, much of humanity has found itself stuck in a most unusual place. It's not a place we find ourselves stuck in any other area of our collective lives. Not in science, not in technology, not in medicine, only with regard to our most important and sacred beliefs. In every other area of human endeavor, there's something we have been willing to do that has made those endeavors productive, fruitful, and enormously beneficial. Yet in one area, ironically, the most important area of our life, our beliefs, we have staunchly refused to do it. Our willingness to do it in science has resulted in extraordinary discoveries. Our willingness to do it in medicine has resulted in breathtaking advances. Our willingness to do it in technology has resulted in astonishing inventions. I mean, really, if someone had told me 50 years ago that I'd be holding in my hand all the information of the universe in my hand, available at my fingertips, I would have told them, no, there's no way in the world. So our willingness to do it in all of these areas of life has produced incredible advancement. And what is it that we have done in every other area of our lives that we have adamantly refused to do in the one area that's most important? Our beliefs. What is it we've done everywhere else? Question your assumption. In science, the very reason we've been able to discover something we didn't understand before, is that the moment we think we have found an answer, we have been willing to question the prior assumption. In medicine, the very reason we've been able to come up with a new cure or a miraculous new procedure is that the moment we think we have found an answer, we've been willing to question the prior assumption. In technology, the very reason we've been able to imagine or conceive of a new tool or a new device is that the moment we think we've found the technological answer to making life easier, we've been willing to question the prior assumption. In all of these areas, we've held nothing that we thought was so sacred that it cannot even be questioned. Sooner or later, breakthroughs occur because we have been brave enough to question the prior assumption. But not so in the area of our most sacred beliefs. In that area, what we believe about God, about life, about ourselves, in that area, we hold on to the original idea and the first version of things, no matter what. Now, again, maybe not the people in this room, or you wouldn't even be sitting here, but I'm talking about the largest number of people that I observe in the world. They say that, hey, you know what? I know what I've been told, and this is what I know, and this is how it is. It's the idea that we're separate from each other. Now, this is important. I know I've been rattling on and on here now for a while, but please pick up on this idea. It's the idea that we are separate from each other and from God that has generated the conditions which create the human-made predicaments that we're facing today. Most people out there have failed to ask or answer life's most powerful question. Life's most powerful question. Who am I? who am I? Am I simply a physical being? Like a bird in the sky or a fish in the sea, completely separate from everyone and everything else? Or am I a spiritual entity? One single essence, expressing in my own unique way during my time on Earth. Am I like the fingers on my hand? Each individual in appearance and function, but all part of one body? Basically, the question before all of humanity is, what is our true nature? What is our true nature? That's the question that those of you here in this room are invited to ask whenever you have meaningful conversations with anybody. Your life, as it's now being lived, offers you a chance to demonstrate the answer to the question. Should our species choose to write a new cultural story, one which announces and declares that all humans are spiritual beings, all united with each other and with the Creator, everything would change on this planet overnight. We would become civil with each other once again. And we could use our combined genius to address and solve the challenges our species and our planet face. Can we do it? Can our species embrace a consciousness of oneness, of unity with each other, and unity with the divine? I believe we can. All we have to do is intend to do so. And again, that's where you come in. Because your intention will act as a powerful magnet. Your journey in this particular way has not begun or is not even continuing with your attendance here today at this event. It's being expanded right now, with inspiration drawn from many sources, including all that this program today is about. So the issue before humankind right now, are we brave enough to consider the possibility that our faulty prior assumption about the entire human encounter has created and the mounting stress that is so real a part of life for billions on this planet today? The biggest and most damaging assumption about life that most of humanity has refused to question is the assumption of separation. Now let's explore the most important impact of that assumption. Humanity's most prevalent idea about what some people call God, or Allah, or Yahweh, or the higher power. The assumption is impactful because most people who believe in God embrace what could be called a separation theology. Are you aware of that? Most people who believe in God have embraced a separation theology, a way of looking at God that says God is up there and we're down here, and never the twain shall meet, except perhaps on Judgment Day, when we'll find out whether our behavior has been sufficiently passable to allow us to return to heaven. The fact that billions of people hold some version of this idea perhaps is too much to begin and end there. But the challenge with a separation theology is that it produces, too often in too many people, a separation cosmology, a way of looking at all of life, at everything on Earth and in the universe, that says that everything is separate from everything else. But you know what? Even that wouldn't be so bad if it was just a point of view. But the challenge of a separation cosmology is that it produces too often in too many people a separation psychology. That is a psychological viewpoint which says, I'm over here and you're over there. And we each have our own separate needs and requirements, our own separate desires, and therefore our separate agendas. But you know what? Even this would be something we could live with if that was all there was to it. But the challenge with the separation psychology is that too often it produces a separation sociology, a way of socializing with each other that encourages everyone within human society to join separate groups, cultures, religions, political parties, and other organizations, each serving their own separate interests. Now we encounter something that we can't live with, because a separation sociology invariably produces too many times in too many people a separation pathology, pathological behaviors of self-destruction, engaged in individually and collectively and producing suffering, conflict, violence, and death, evidenced everywhere on our planet throughout human history. The idea that everything is separate from everything else is the biggest reason why the world is the way it is. It's the biggest obstacle to the rapid expansion of human potential. The time for us to be decisive is at hand. And what we have to decide, I repeat, is who and what we are. Separate entities or one entity expressing as individuals and as a collective. We're now being challenged to make the right choice, not to make the wrong choice. There's a device by which we can make this assessment. There's an objective measure we can use with every one of our beliefs. And that measure, that device, is a simple but fair evaluation, an honest appraisal of the circumstances and conditions and outcomes in our lives. This can be narrowed down to one word: results. Judging by results and using fair appraisal, do the ideas that many people hold about who and what we are appear to be true when we look at how well these ideas have produced peace, joy, security, happiness, love, fulfillment of our daily life around the world? Or does it appear that there may be something still to learn on this subject? That's where you come. You can be our teachers. You can teach everyone whose life you touch that we are all one. And it doesn't have to be in the form of a big lecture or even writing a book or espousing certain points of view in ordinary conversation. You can do that. You can do all those things. But you know what? Gandhi put it perfectly. Mr. Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see." So all you have to do, my friends, is decide to be one. To be one with everyone whose life you touch. And to let those people know that you understand that we are all one. It's really quite as simple as that. You can do it with your behavior, with your announcements, with your statements, with your expression of emotion, with your sharing. Help us all to find a way to disagree agreeably, if we have a disagreement at all. And choose today, before you leave this room today, choose to make the decision. Yes, I can be a teacher. I can teach if I touch that we are all one. And I'm going to do it. Thank you for letting me have this time with you here today. and sharing with you the messages that I was given to share in our conversations with God. Conversations that we can all have whenever we choose. Thank you. Bye for now.
Earth citizens behind you for 8 billion population. So you are the representative of 100 billion from your city or your state. Can we count on that?
Sure.
Yes. That means you have a responsibility to transfer this vibe. So we all believe in that the energy can be transferred with the 3 ways: sound, light, and vibration. So in order to amplify, deliver, elevate, and shift our consciousness today for whole world, so let's make our body as an amplifier or a speaker. Can we do that? So for that, I'm gonna lead vibration and sound, and the light is in your brain, which is imagination, visualization. So I want to share one magic word. At the end of the meditation, we are going to shoot out, blast out the energy to the world and to the earth. So we call it changi 발사, not chunky, changi. Changi. Everybody, can we pronounce changi? Changi means heaven and earth, cosmic healing energy. It sounds good, right? 발사 means shooting out, deliver. So your motion is like this. changi 발사. Because at the end, I will say changi 발사 to the world and corner to corner of the earth and all humanity. So that way, as a representative of 100 million behind you, so you will deliver that. So first, we're gonna vibrate our body, and then we will have a meditation with the sound. And in the tradition, the meditation, people use a sound bowl or singing bowl because the sound, it doesn't stop. It resonates until it disappears. It helps you to stay focused on that vibration. And especially this, the frequency is very much designed to amplify your energy. Okay. And then, when I say, slowly bring your hands like this, we give the energy ball, right? And then, one hand here, one hand there. You can pick specific one person to send, and then lastly, I will say, changi 발사. We will say changi 발사, and then I will offer some prayer piece for all of us. Does it sound good? Yeah. So either you can stand up or you can remain in your spot.
What is that second word?
발사, B-A-H.
V? Is it V?
B.
발사.
발사. 발사 means 발사.
발사.
Shushin, I mean the changi 발사. Okay. Okay, make fist. And if you want, you can stand up. Making your body as like a drum, speaker, amplifier. The harder tapping your belly, you become a bigger speaker to send out the message to the world. And you can shake your head. Open your eyes. Imagine you are vibrating for the earth. And in our heart chakra, there are more energy. Now with the palms, tap your chest and belly. And then you make one big sound. When I count to 1, 2, 3, you will make a sound. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. As if you are delivering this healing vibe to the world. Let the whole world know your good intention. Okay, ready? 10 times. 1, 2, 3. And pause. And drop it down. Close your eyes. As if your body is like a water vibration, just let it be. Everyone, close your eyes. Put your hands on your laps. Relax. Now slowly everybody put your palms together in front of you like a prayer position. Keep your eyes closed. Let us offer the prayer of peace for all of humanity and the earth.
Prayer of peace. I offer this prayer of peace, not to the Christian God, nor to the Buddhist God, nor to the Islamic God, nor to the Jewish God, but to the God of all humanity. For the peace that we wish for is not a Christian peace, nor a Buddhist peace, nor an Islamic peace, nor a Jewish peace, but a human peace for all of us. I offer this prayer of peace to the God that lives within us all, that fills us with happiness and joy, to make us whole and to help us understand life as an expression of love for all human beings. For no religion can be better than any other religion. For no truth can be truer than any other truth. For no nation can be bigger than the earth itself. Help us all go beyond our small limits and realize that we are one, that we are all from the earth, that we are all earth people before we are Indians, Koreans, or Americans. God made the earth. We humans have to make it prosper by realizing that we are of the earth and not of any nation, race, or religion, by knowing that we are truly one in our spiritual heritage. Let us now apologize to all humanity for the hurt that religions have caused, so that we can heal that hurt. Let us now promise to one another to go beyond egotism and competition, to come together as one in God. I offer this prayer of peace to you, the Almighty, to help us find you within us all, so that we may stand proudly one day before you as one humanity.
Now, everybody, put your both palms to the front, as if you are delivering this peaceful healing energy to the whole world. It's time to chant our magic word. 천기 발사. 천기 발사. Breathe in deeply and smile. Once again, breathe in and sigh out. Visualize the world that you wish to live in, the world that we wish to deliver to our next generations. Feel the great noble desire within all of us. That's what we gather here today. Let us not forget who we are. As a healer, let's take a full responsibility to contribute to this world. Then we don't have regret at the end of our last breath. Your eyes, the palms facing to your neighbors, and then you say 천기 발사 to your neighbors. 천기 발사. You are a great healer. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
I feel like you knew I needed that.
Thank you for joining me on Sparking Change with Gigi. I hope that our episode today has ignited a spark within you to create positive change in your own life and in the world around you. To learn more about how you can become a guest or supporter, head over to sparkingchangenow.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing, sharing, and leaving a review. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to me, and it helps me to continue producing content that sparks change in each of us and the world. You can find us on various platforms, including Google Play Store, Apple App Store, YouTube, Facebook, Roku, Android TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to having you join me again next week on Sparking Change with Gigi.